WrestleFriends! WrestleFriends podcast!
Welcome to the WrestleFriends podcast. I'm Dave. I don't know why I'm talking like that.
I'm Dave.
I'm Dave.
My name is Mark.
And we are the WrestleFriends.
And the Young Bucks chose me.
Hey.
I remember this time.
What's happening?
Not a lot. So, Fraser has just come back from Chicago.
Chicago.
Did
he have lots of Chicago town pizzas?
He had some pizzas. That's when he goes to America. He always talks about eateries usually.
Well, he's not a drinker, is he? He's not like a drinker.
But he had been Hot Topic.
Right.
And he bought us this rather cool t-shirt.
Oh, piss off.
I'm just trying to unfurl my shirt.
Wow,
It's cool, isn't it?
That is a good one.
So, thank you, Fraser.
Gel.
So, to the listeners, it's the Bullet Club Young Bucks t-shirt.
Nice.
With the headband on the skull.
Have you seen the Golden Lovers t-shirts that are out now?
No. Well, I like them.
Yes, you would. Mm-hmm. I think anything you can get wristbands as well.
So, thank you again, Fraser, for bringing me a lovely t-shirt. You don't have to.
I wonder if they're quite cheap over there as well, because things are usually cheaper in America.
I think it was $15.
So what's that in English sterling?
13 quid, maybe?
It's alright, isn't it?
It is. And it's a proper Hot Topic one, the Pro Wrestling tees.
Mm-hmm.
I even brought in a Hot Topic bag to my house.
Oh, that's the one, innit? I wish we had Hot Topic here.
Sponsored by the Bullet Club.
What you been up to outside of getting cool t-shirts?
Nothing really.
I've done gym. I joined the gym.
I have done gym.
I joined the gym because I'm preparing myself for when I go to be a wrestler.
So is that still?
I'm
the
bulking.
plan is still to go to Primate's gym when it opens. Because you've declared interest.
But I had to go to pre-gym first to
you don't want to embarrass yourself.
To bulk. So I'm doing lots of free weights and eating lots. Is that cool? I'll just be
cool.
fat. Fat and mostly.
For us, I don't think eating a lot is like really a stretch.
I don't know how it works though, because I run sometimes, and now I do.
I've noticed your runs have been increasing in.
Yeah, they are. They're
getting. Well.
So I'm running and I'm doing weights now, but I'm also eating a lot. I don't know if all I'm doing is putting myself at risk of having a heart attack.
That's bulking season.
I don't know what to do. Is that just putting me at risk of having a heart attack? I don't know.
Putting weight on, if you're increasing your muscle mass, you're putting weight on. Even if you think it's good weight because you cosmetically look better and you're stronger, you're still putting a strain on your heart. Like bodybuilding puts a strain on your heart scientifically.
Oh, crikey.
But you want that Triple H circa
physique
2002 image.
I'd be happy with these.
I don't think, no offense, but I don't think you get to the cut Triple H that he is now.
Nah,
I think you could get up to
enough.
2002
Triple H doesn't like alcohol, and I do.
Do you know you're at a disadvantage because you don't take steroids as well?
That's true. That's massively true. Realistically, I can't think of a wrestler that I would actually end up looking like. What's that one out the Revival called with the beard?
Dash.
Possibly. He's
Dash
got a normal sort of physique for a guy like me.
I don't think it matters though. Always go back to Kevin Owens.
If
you've got the crack and you're athletic enough, then
I hope Primate accepts me into his gym.
Have you looked at any?
Have we talked about this?
We've touched on it. So you declared interest in Primate's gym on.
I got a thing right on Facebook, and it said they've joined up with Defiant. Register now to show your interest in it. So I registered. I put my name in, and I registered my interest in the wrestling because he's doing lots of fighty stuff. So you can go and do MMA and.
So you could tick off MMA. Don't want to you could just tick pro wrestling.
Yeah, no,
and work it out.
I've done wrestling.
Do they have an actual gym as well?
Do they have a gym?
Like, is it going to have? Is there going to be a gym there?
Yeah, it's going to.
So we could go and scope it and say like if we could use the gym.
It's quite far away though. It's going to be in Gosforth, I think.
I know it's far away, but if we've got a day off from work, it's Primate's gym. We'll have to like.
I might get accepted, and then we can go.
But you know, if you're going to do wrestling training, I'm coming with you regardless of.
Yeah.
But we talked about this before. What happens if I'm just not allowed to just watch?
Come in? I'll just say he needs to wait, yeah, because
I'm disabled.
I've got to care for him.
Yeah, he might walk out into the wall.
I don't know. I don't know.
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
We'll just go.
Why is he here? This is Primate will be like, why is he here? Oh, he's just looking at us.
He's bound to recognise me. We've seen what, like...
You'll not recognise me.
I bet he does.
You'll see loads of people at shows.
I sent him a friend request on Facebook.
Declined.
Stalkery. He didn't accept.
But we could talk about it, like from his updates and stuff on Twitter. Constructionally. That's not a word. The gym. It's not finished yet, is it? So.
Last time I seen a picture, it was just empty.
But we'll have
shell.
To. Like, I really want you to do wrestling training. But if the idea peters out, we should at least go and.
I would definitely like to go and have a look around. But I do actually, genuinely, really do want to try wrestling. I think it's like...
I think out the two, you were more likely to try.
I think you could as well. I just think you're too scared to. I think
100% it's fear.
I think you should do it. I think you should break down your walls.
Because I'm not going in like... A lot of people are like, oh, I'll try wrestling training. Like, I listen to like hundreds of podcasts, like read loads of interviews. Like, every single person says... It's like fuck.
Well, I know, but the thing is,
I don't like pain.
Right? I think
I'm Bobby the Brain Heenan. I'm not.
I think I'll be shit at it, and I think that's why I'm not scared because I've got nothing to lose. I think like I'll not be disappointed if I'm shit at it because I think I'm gonna be shit at it. So like I might as well give it a bash because it's like my favorite thing. I like wrestling, so
perhaps I should go. Like so, I'd imagine it when you're learning, you're asked to learn with a partner.
Yeah,
it would be easier for you to learn with me because we can laugh at each other. Whereas at another person, you'd feel that you'd have to like be more serious. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll make it frowned upon for making a mockery of the biz.
Yeah.
Basically.
Why am I saying like I'll be laughing? I would be so terrified of everything.
We'd be like locking horns, like pow, tap. Have you ever seen it on Chikara's website where they show you the training that they do there?
Yeah.
And they just do like bouncing off the rope and stuff like that.
I think the Wrestle Factory like it's really old school in its training. Like I listen to Mike Quackenbush's podcast as well, and like the guys who come on Chikara shows have been in the system for 5 years before they've even.
All right.
So you do weeks and weeks and months of just like the basics. So you get it like because that's how they used to do it in the olden days. You wouldn't even touch a ring properly for like months.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting.
I haven't got time for that because I'm too old. I need to hit this shit
go
now.
Back to DDP.
I need to hit this shit now, and I need to like be good at it straight away.
Okay. Well, it's an idea.
Or I need to be bad enough that I can be one of the jokey guys that gets like Gilbert or something like that.
I don't think you've got the stature of a Gilbert. You need to be like puny.
Possibly. Or maybe I could just be a commentator. Sky's the limit.
Maybe we should just start off with like we're just gonna go and visit.
Yeah.
But if you sign up to wrestle and you give him money, you'll teach you to wrestle.
I've took the first step towards being a wrestler
by showing interest.
And I've been to the gym to do some weights.
All things in life start with showing interest.
That's it. Yeah. You've got to show interest to be interested.
Interesting.
I also listened to. I started listening to Chris Jericho's podcast this week as well on flat Earth people, which started to make us question life again.
AJ Styles is a flat Earth person, isn't he?
Yeah, well, that's what prompted us to listen to it.
He gets mocked something royal.
We were talking about this on WrestleMania night, weren't we? And we thought it was really funny.
Yeah.
And then, like, a podcast popped up on Chris Jericho's podcast thingy, and I thought I'd listen to it. And there was this guy who went out to prove that. Have you listened to it?
I haven't listened to that, no.
There's a guy who went out to prove these flat earthers wrong because he was, like, totally like, there's no fucking way.
Like a scientific-minded gent.
But when he done all the tests and stuff like that, all he could come up with was actually the world probably is flat. to now he's a flat Earth person as well.
That
I don't know what sort of test he's done. Like, I haven't listened to the whole
But
podcast
you can
yet.
go up in space in a spaceship and see in a rocket and see that the Earth's not flat with the eyes.
You haven't been to space.
Well, we're getting into this. Aren't we? We're getting into this.
It's,
You can see the
also
you can see the curvature of the Earth if you're up in a jet. Never mind in the
yeah,
sky. In
I know.
In the space.
in the space. What happens if we've all been lied to though, and it's flat?
I'm not having conspiracy theories. I hate them.
Conspiracy theories. The Earth's flat. That was AJ Styles.
Yeah.
Really bad, wasn't it?
He says that word.
They're not allowed to
Apparently,
say.
he's really into saying, calling people a word beginning with F that is a derogatory term for homosexuals. He's really into saying
You
that.
cannot say that though, can you?
Apparently, he
Like,
just walks round backstage and like calls people it.
you can't do that.
In fact, there's a YouTube clip of someone having an interview backstage,
Just typing away.
and him just shouting it in the background. I'm sure that's on YouTube. Look it up tonight.
AJ Styles says bad word.
Says bad word, but yeah, he's like, I think if you could write down the tropes of like a Bible Belt Southern American, like he ticks every single one. He just happens to be like it's amazing how if you respect something so much like wrestling, we love wrestling, we'll put AJ Styles on a pedestal, but like if we just put every other part of his like who he is, we probably wouldn't like him.
Yeah, probably. He's a bit of a country boy, isn't he?
Also, I got some great news this week.
Did you?
Apparently, so I've got tickets for the arena in May for WWE. Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan's going to be there, isn't he?
And you know who else is going to be there? Alistair Black.
Yeah, and somebody else from NXT. He's fighting someone else from NXT.
I didn't say who.
Can't remember who it was.
But I'm winning that life.
Yeah, and I'm not going. In fact, I started like
After being ages, I'll be rubbish. And now you're like.
I started like testing the water a bit with Vicky last night. These tickets. I wonder if we should get them. She was like, no.
Get them for. But she did say you should get them for Jake, and you said no.
I'm just gonna not go. I'm quite happy now.
I'll just tell you about watching Daniel Bryan. It's fine.
I'm quite happy to go to these little indie shows. I'm quite.
Me too.
enjoying.
But the only I wouldn't have got a ticket, but I got it for Christmas. So it's all coming at Millhouse.
It is. Look at you.
I know.
The British Strong Style guys are all going to be there as well. Fuck. Why didn't I just get one?
But you didn't know last time it wasn't a great lineup.
And there's been a Superstar Shakeup, so there's loads of good people on Smackdown now.
I might see Samoa Joe as well.
Andrade.
Cien, Sanity are on.
Good Brothers.
Good Brothers are on.
The Bar.
It's essentially good. Like last time I went to the arena, because I missed a year. I missed a whole year out, I think.
They used to come twice a year, right?
Now they only come once.
And now they're only coming after WrestleMania.
But they come to other places. But they miss Newcastle out and they only do one. So it's a completely different roster, because I was seeing like Ziggler over and over again.
Yeah.
And now he's on Raw, so I see. Not that I dislike Dolph Ziggler, but I'm so excited to see Daniel Bryan though. That's got to be the main event. Daniel Bryan, The Miz.
It's got to be. Daniel Bryan, The Miz is being thingied for house shows in the UK. That.
Can't wait. Anyway.
Shit.
I'll win. At life. Shall we get into things?
I wonder if there's tickets left for it.
There will be, yeah.
I wonder if I should go.
I got mine, so not the time before I went, I got mine the day before.
I wonder if I should go.
Even if you go by yourself. And just
Do you think I'd get away with that?
And just see me.
I'll
Like, you
take
can
Jake.
meet up with me at, like, before and in the middle.
I'll have a think about it.
We'll figure it out, man.
Yeah.
We'll figure things out.
Let's talk about wrestling, because we need to put a full stop and leave it in the past, don't we?
Yeah, so we're going to do
WrestleMania.
WrestleMania weekend. We're going to do, like, WrestleMania. We're going to do NXT TakeOver New Orleans. We're going to do night after, Smackdown after. We're going to do this week's Superstar Shakeup, and then draw a line under it.
Never speak of it again.
We can go back to NXT and, like, indie shows and stuff. Let's do it. Right, so WrestleMania. Shall we just... So...
I was just going to quickly go over
best thing that happened in WrestleMania was Cena face.
Cena face was amazing.
So I was genuinely when he left his ringside seat, the show got worse.
What a disappointment that was when he got up and went away, because that was the funniest thing ever. We were sitting just howling at that, weren't we? I wonder if that's why...
He's got a really animated cartoon face.
It was on the pre-show as well. Do you think he was doing it on purpose?
He was more funny on the pre-show than... But even his face when he was watching Finn, Seth and Miz was like... It was a caricature of someone being serious about watching something. It wasn't like... none of his faces were like natural.
Yeah, it was really good.
He's not a natural man.
He's just hilarious.
But it was amazing. Cena face.
He's having a bad time at the minute, isn't he? Split up with Nicky.
Yeah, but...
Nah.
Who knows?
Nah.
It's not to do with wrestling, really.
Nah.
But yeah, so
It's probably
Cena
got something to do with Total Bellas, though.
totally Bella off. So yeah, that was awesome. Cena face. So you had
Hashtag Cena face. That's
hashtag Cena
try
face.
a hashtag. I don't think it kicked off, but
You used it on Facebook though. You don't. You just used them on Twitter one. Twitter.
I don't know how to use social media. I
Well,
just do stuff.
Evidently, because we don't like. We have no social media. We need to get young
I
people. No, we need to
I
employ.
put stuff on
You
Facebook.
do, but you never like tag people in.
I don't know why.
It's hard.
I don't know how to
You know
do
what
it.
we need? We need to employ a young person to run our like social media.
A young, competent young man.
To run our like
girl.
young people are better at social media.
If you're interested in being our social media person, let us know.
Give us a call.
Call.
So kicked off with Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale. I was a little bit disappointed because we talked a lot about. I think we like got really excited about loads of things
That never happened.
that had never happened. Like we talked a lot about there might be like surprises. There wasn't any.
No.
It was like, but I think Matt Hardy was the biggest personality in the ring, so probably the right person to win.
It was a surprise though, because we weren't expecting Bray Wyatt to come back that quick.
I didn't like the fact that he didn't get a entrance, Matt Hardy.
Yeah, but no one did they? But some of the women did.
Yeah, like Becky Lynch randomly got one.
Aye.
But yeah, I like the fact that Bray came back. It made the pre-show a little bit more special. My favourite part of the whole pre-show was, apart from Cena face, was Matt Hardy talking to the...
Yeah, they cut
trophy.
him off as well though, didn't they, when he was doing it, which was a shame. But speaking of the trophy, was cool, proper broken stuff.
So now we've got Woken
Wyatt,
and then we've got Jeff saying sometimes Brother Nero will pop up, but then he's gone off.
But then he's got off the
Smackdown,
Smackdown. That's
so-
how they're gonna conquer that one, innit?
But that was like, if you remember, if you go months back, that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
So I got what I wanted, and I'm happy.
Yep. And I'm quite enjoying. I didn't think I'd enjoy Bray in this Woken world because I think it would make him look a little bit more like a sidekick. But it's actually quite funny watching him be nice to people and hugging people all the time.
Yeah.
And I like it, you know, when they do the round of applause thing and and he starts clapping and everyone in the crowd starts clapping. I think that's quite good as well.
Yeah, it's working out a bit better than I thought it would be.
And you'll probably see Hardy at when they come to thingy, Newcastle.
Jeff, yeah, might do. You'd probably be on tour now.
Is he allowed in England?
Probably not.
No.
I'm sure he's missed tours before because of Naughty. I'm happy for that he's Grand Champ. Not Grand Champ. What's it called? Grand Slam.
He's won every belt, hasn't he? Like hardcore.
He's now.
European.
I think Jeff Hardy's now got a Hall of Fame career
Surely they both
in
have.
the WWE. Yeah.
Both Hardys.
And when they go in, they can go in like for tag
Singles.
stuff and singles as
Yeah.
well. So, like big thumbs up to the Hardys at the moment.
Yeah, good on them. And I think it was a good time to sort of like split them up as well.
Do you know what I love about like this is not going the way I thought it would be because we're yammering on for ages, but I'm enjoying talking about Hardy, so I'm going to continue. Like I can't remember a time in my life of enjoying wrestling that the Hardys weren't there.
In it, they've
Like,
always been there, haven't they?
So something popped up on Facebook the other day. It was a picture of Matt Hardy wrestling IRS in 1996 as like an 18-year-old.
Yeah.
Now IRS is like Bray Wyatt's dad, so that's how long they've been.
I did
in
not know
wrestling.
IRS was Bray Wyatt's dad.
Did you not know that?
Nah.
IRS is Bray and Bo's dad.
Wow.
So that's how long they've been in wrestling.
I remember
Mind blown.
they've always been in it. I remember back in the Attitude Era before they came back as like Extreme.
Yeah.
And they used to come with their colourful pants on and
You
stuff
had
like that.
Young Buck S.
Aye, and they were on like
Pants.
the stupid B shows every week
Yeah.
getting squashed off people. I always remember them off that. And then
Do you know what they also did? You know, King of the Ring, how they used to have it was like a door with the King of the Ring emblem on.
Yeah.
2 blokes used to open it. That was the Hardys.
Was it?
Aye.
Wow. They were very young. The young bucks are a lot like they were when they were younger. In the way they used to dress and stuff like that. In your cool T-shirt.
I know. I've not had it off since Fraser bought it. Right, so
I wish I'd got a Young Bucks one now, because Kenny Omega's got a Golden Lovers one out, and I've got Bullet Club Kenny Omega one. And I don't think he's going to go back to the Bullet Club.
He's still listed as in it.
Is he?
It's messy.
It is. It's too messy.
It's too messy to talk about. When they've sorted it out, then we'll address it.
Yes.
Cedric Alexander versus Mustafa Ali. Good match, no heat. Couple of Spanish flies in there.
He done a good entrance, didn't he?
Yeah, it was weird. Like, he randomly got like things.
An entrance.
So yeah, he had like this like really strong laser in his hand, because you could see it for like miles, and in his mask, you know, a bit like Sub-Zero-y.
They went a bit laser happy.
So
didn't
apparently all that laser stuff was it was for people who are watching with like augmented reality, and it was meant to be like 3D.
Right.
But obviously, if you don't have that like a 3D telly, you're not going to be able to. It was a waste of money, if you ask me.
Totally.
It was shit. So yeah. So how did you feel about that match?
Nah. It was alright.
Good match, but no heat.
Yeah, it was alright. It's like most of the cruiserweight thing. It's like, it's good, and like they are good competitors and stuff like that. But you just lose a bit of interest, don't you? Because they've got no sort of like, especially them two. They've got no sort of like.
Well, it's what we said before. They're just 2 baby faces, not just boring.
Yeah. Should we move on?
Yeah, let's move on. And then you had the WrestleMania Women's Battle Royale, which
random entrances.
Becky Lynch got an entrance. Weirdly, I guess they're saying she's the most. Yeah, saying she's the most important person.
Bailey got one as well.
Bailey and Sasha got one.
And
it's essentially saying, care about these 3, don't care about anyone else.
It's good for Bailey, I suppose, because she was getting a bit like people were turning on her a bit, weren't they?
Yeah. So the end of the match was Bailey and Sasha scuffled. Didn't realise Naomi had not been eliminated. She came back in. I thought it was a little bit anticlimactic having Naomi win. Bailey and Sasha should have been that's your story. They should have been the last 2 in the ring.
I didn't know what had went on, because I went outside for a bit and I came back in, and then that happened. So
what a surprise, you were outside during the Women's Battle Royale.
I watched some of it.
You did?
I watched several women's matches that night.
You did really well done.
I did. I suppose you got your moment where Bailey chucked Sasha out, which is going to be the.
But they're still like.
Story. But they're still buddies.
Waffling on Raw. I don't really. It's not really. It's not grabbing us.
Nah.
Let's say.
That's why you have a sandwich.
So yeah, Naomi won that.
Good for her.
So WrestleMania started off proper with The Miz, Seth Rollins, and Finn Balor.
Good match, wasn't it?
Cool entrances. Seth's was one of the best of the night. Actually, he had like the White Walker eyes.
Yeah, he had the eyes in the costume, didn't he?
He had like a explosion and that. In general, I felt like, but I realised it's because it was an indoor show. That's why some of the entrances weren't as big as you're used to at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
You know, where I think we'll get big entrances at the greatest
Royal
Rumble, which I'm quite excited for. Yeah, I was just looking at it last night. That stadium in Saudi Arabia is like 65,000.
Really?
It's like huge.
You know, it's on at 5 o'clock
Outdoor.
as well in the afternoon.
I know.
So you come home from work and just watch it.
Yeah, that I won't be able to because
I will, because Jake.
It's true.
Jake will have it on, so I'll be able to watch it.
Cool. But I'm gonna watch it. But it's like another WrestleMania. It's like a 6-hour show. It's pre-show.
Got lots of old people in it though.
Can we just quickly do this before we go back to WrestleMania? Obviously I'm looking forward to another big stadium show in WWE. Obviously they're always exciting. I'm always excited about wrestling in general, but I'm a little bit like the politics of it's not sitting well with us.
Nah.
So there's no women's matches on the show whatsoever because
they're not allowed, are they?
Essentially, I have to really be careful with what I say here, but essentially in Saudi Arabia, women are prohibited from doing certain things, i.e. being involved in sporting activities. And I think it's wrong for WWE to get into bed with it's a 10-year deal with the it's the Saudi tourist board.
Right.
Is why that Vince McMahon's flying all of his stars
They must
over.
have threw
And it's
loads of money at it, though.
It's a WrestleMania-sized show.
So they must have thrown loads of money at Vince for him to do this, because it's counterproductive in a way when you're trying to push this women's revolution and then doing something like this. It doesn't make sense for me either, and I couldn't get my head around that as well. And
where did the wrestle where Sasha had the full bodysuit on?
Oh, I can't remember.
Now, I feel slight. So I presume it was a Middle Eastern country, if she has to do that. Now, I don't obviously, personally, my politics, I don't think it's right, but I can kind of. That's like a middle ground, isn't it? You're kind of taking into consideration the customs.
Yeah, at least she could
but they are being able
perform.
to show what they can do. And it's kind of a middle ground that I'm more comfortable with, but this is just... I mean, obviously, I'm not so politicised that I'm not going to watch a show. I'm going to watch a show, I'm going to really enjoy it, and it's going to be cool. But, it's not sitting that well with us.
You know what's not sitting well with me as well, is that they're bringing the likes of Chris Jericho back for it and stuff like that. He's going to come back, and they've obviously hired loads of money at him to do it, and then he's probably going to disappear again, and it's going to be, no story behind him coming back, and he's just going to disappear again. And then it's going to be the same with The Undertaker as well. They've obviously hired loads of money at him. What's going on with the Rusev thing? So he was in the match, then he wasn't in the match.
There's got to have been
and then he's in the match again.
There's talk going on backstage there. Something's arguments are happening.
He totally removed WWE from his Twitter account and everything like that, and now he's back in it again.
What do you think it's over? Do you think it's merch royalties? Because they must be getting a bomb off Rusev Day.
I think it must be because the Rusev Day chant, the Rusev Day merch sales and stuff like that must be going through the roof. Apparently, on Smackdown, they dubbed Rusev Day chants out and put AJ Styles chants in. Maybe it's something to do with that.
Because the story, as I say it, is he didn't want to get squashed by The Undertaker in a casket match. Because that's what's going to happen.
But
now
even
he does.
being in a match with The Undertaker, any sort of match, even if you get beat,
it's a privilege.
It's good, isn't it?
So if you complain about it backstage, you're going to get massive heat. Because it's that's the locker room
and
leader.
I can only imagine it's going to be another 3 minute
Yeah.
where Undertaker does all his favourite moves and then puts him in a casket because he cannot wrestle anymore. He blew his hip, surely.
Just going to quickly put it out there. This is the way they should use The Undertaker until his retirement match.
Yeah, totally.
3 minutes bursts to keep him healthy until his retirement match.
And, well, do you want to move on with the WrestleMania? We'll
I'll
talk about
do the
that.
opposite of what I said I was
Talk
going to do.
about that in a bit.
So, yeah, it was a great match. Great way to shoot off the show. Seth, Blizzard, Finn.
So Finn's doing this whole Ballad Club for Everyone thing anywhere.
Using the gay pride colours.
Apparently Stephanie wants him to be at...
that's I'm not sure if that's true. That's a little bit too divisive for them to do.
I think it's if you're going to do that, use
what they
should have done.
But why does his we've been quite politicised so far. Why does his sexuality need to matter?
Well, it doesn't. It's bringing attention to something that shouldn't need to matter because everyone's it's
if you're inclusive, his sexuality shouldn't be.
It doesn't matter,
it shouldn't be a gimmick.
Let's move on.
But that is the rumour that's what she wanted.
Yeah.
To be an openly gay wrestler, it shouldn't matter.
Use an openly gay wrestler?
Yeah, bring
Darren Young.
Dude, if you want a gay guy, Darren Young's obviously I absolutely loved him when he was in the WWE. Bring him back.
That would have been a great thing. That could have been his thing. If that's what they wanted to do, that could have been his thing.
And he does all this above hate stuff on Twitter with the gay pride colours. So it's exactly the same gimmick, but with an actual gay person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another thing that doesn't sit very well with us, but
never mind.
Yeah. So it was a great match, as you would expect from those three. Seth went over. I was fine with that.
Who took the pin, Miz?
Miz took the pin. I was fine with it.
Yeah, it was good. I was expecting one of them to
Seth,
get
the Grand Slam champion, probably the quickest ever.
Dean Ambrose.
Yeah, he was before, wasn't he?
I thought either Balor or Seth would have ended up on SmackDown, but that didn't happen.
No.
So maybe they'll continue to and fro with each other.
Yeah, and it's Samoa Joe's moved over to SmackDown.
Yeah.
But he's still having a feud with Roman Reigns at the same time.
He's obviously going to get beaten.
But because they're having the cross-brand pay-per-views, he can have a match with Roman. Keep slagging him off on SmackDown. This is the kind of stuff I like out of dual brand.
You'll be able to have the titles constantly crossing over and stuff like that. That's why you only need one belt, heavyweight belt.
Heavyweight. So yeah, good match. Like Seth's entrance. Good.
Let's quickly move on because we're going to have to rattle through them a bit quicker.
Next was Charlotte and Asuka for the Women's Championship. Another great match.
I watched this one.
Probably one of the best women's matches I've ever seen. Probably
one of the best matches of the night. And that's coming from me.
I didn't agree.
She had a good entrance.
So Charlotte probably had the biggest entrance out of everyone.
I think they're going to have her main event in next year.
Yeah, well, they reckon that's
with
it.
Ronda
Rousey. Makes sense. We'll get on to why it makes sense in a bit.
Yep.
So I agreed with the result because I think I even said Charlotte to end the streak in my predictions.
Possibly. I think I disagreed.
I think Asuka. I think it should have been a pinfall. I don't think Asuka just giving up.
She tapped out.
She tapped out. Her just giving up after 2 years. So all of NXT.
Didn't agree with that.
All of NXT, all of WWE. 2 years it's been. And she just gave it up.
There was a couple of tap outs, wasn't there, that we didn't agree with?
Her streak, she should have been beaten. 1, 2, 3. Giving up's 2 years.
She should have either given up or passed out.
Passing out even better because you lose.
But you don't tap.
So she could have been in the figure 8 until she passed out.
But then they had to make Charlotte look really, really, really strong because
tap her out
she's going to be main event in WrestleMania next year.
Yeah, but it was a good match. Enjoyed it. Jinder Mahal, Randy Orton, Bobby Roode, Rusev for the United States Championship.
This was short but sweet.
Short, inoffensive, not a great match, but it was obviously they didn't get a lot of time. For me, I obviously predicted Jinder beforehand. It was the right decision. It was. You only
predicted because you wanted to annoy me, and it happened.
Right. No, I genuinely thought he was going to win. For me, it was a good idea. Gets a little bit of heel heat going in WrestleMania.
I'm glad he lost it.
But yeah, then he lost it. He lost it pretty quickly to Jeff. But yeah, inoffensive, short,
visible.
Yeah, you could have. So that could have been the tab. That could have been the tab break.
Yep.
Rusev didn't come out in a tank. I was disappointed about.
I missed him.
Let's go back to because entrances in WrestleMania are a big thing for me. Nobody in this match got a Bobby Roode's entrance was his typical
that was the one we were looking forward to.
But it was just his little spinny disc. It was
poop.
So next you had Kurt Angle, Ronda Rousey versus Stephanie and Triple H.
This was another one I was really surprised at.
This was
potentially match of the night. I wasn't expecting that at all.
For weeks I was saying don't like Ronda Rousey, don't like her. She came out. She was really likable. I found her really likable.
Yeah.
And so my problem with her is I think for weeks in my head I was celebrity appearance.
Do you not think it was a bit because you put her on the pedestal a bit, don't you? Because
with me I completely forgot she was a wrestler. In my head it was a celebrity appearance, but then she got in there and you were shit, she actually, I remember now.
Yeah.
She can actually
do stuff.
Go. And I found her really annoying in the build up, but on the night I found her really endearing.
Yeah. Also, you know what else I liked about this match is that they're all done really well to get in a good shape for it, and Triple H looked really good, Stephanie done really good, and Kurt wrestled really well as well.
I know Kurt. So he got his full entrance, which was amazing, which is what I've wanted since the beginning. He moved well. I think he's got one singles match left in him.
I think that every single person in that match wrestled really well, and the person you weren't expecting, maybe Ronda and Stephanie. Even Stephanie done really well.
I'll go back to I've said this a few times as well. If Ronda Rousey can do that with a non-wrestler, imagine what she can do with Charlotte or Asuka. Completely taken out of I didn't expect to feel that way about it.
Yeah.
That was the match of the night probably.
Yep, I agree.
Triple
H and Steph came on bikes.
And I even thought that was stripped back from other years.
It's because do you think they're saving their money for this Greatest Royal Rumble?
I bet you there's better entrances at this, because you've got to think there
was lots of computer generated entrances that you wouldn't have even been able to see if you were at the show.
Poop. But I bet you some of the entrants at the show in Jeddah are better than the WrestleMania ones.
I'm excited for that.
I think I think it's a distinct possibility now. You could have Charlotte and, like you said, Charlotte and Ronda Rousey headline next year, and it not feel like just a gimmick.
It's actually something you could look forward to. And I'm not a big fan of women's wrestling, but watching them matches, like, I did enjoy them.
But I was I was taken aback. I expected to find her really irritating. She was likable.
Yeah, totally.
It was cool. Bludgeon Brothers versus the Usos versus the New Day.
Yes,
it was exactly what I was like. This was probably your match of the night. The way you've been talking about it.
It was mint.
It was the way it should be. Like, they came in, they destroyed, they took the belts.
Because the way I was thinking it was gonna go was, they were gonna come in and they were gonna be really like brutal, but then either New Day or
they killed them for a couple of minutes.
We're gonna get like a cheeky pin somewhere on one of either or the other, and they'd not get pinned.
Yeah.
But it didn't. They just came in and like marmalised them all and got the pin, won, and walked away. And that's what I want to see.
Once again, though, like, opportunity to have a cool entrance, just a normal one, because they're cool. I know I keep going back on it, but like when I'm like,
I love that theme music.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. I believe young people would describe it as a banger.
Probably maybe.
Is that word young people
metal
use?
song bangers? I don't think so.
You can say they are bangers. I know I keep going back entrances, but like, if I want wrestling, I'm not going to be watching WrestleMania. I'm going to be watching something else. Like, it's about the spectacle, and I felt shortchanged on quite a lot of that.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was exactly what we wanted it to be. Undertaker, John Cena. So
I thought this was it was like blink and you miss it, yes, but like it was a proper like exciting moment.
So
it didn't happen the way I wanted it to happen though. But apparently
he was told by a referee during the end of Charlotte's match that Undertaker was here. So he went back, then he came out with his gear on. He stood in the ring, nothing happened. Elias came out, which was amazing. Yeah. Did some Elias shtick. Cena beat him up. Cena walked up the ramp. Undertaker's music hit. Cena went back to the ring, looked terrified, which was given of his character, like that super Cena character that he's developed over the last 12 years, 13 years, went out the window. He looked terrified.
Yeah,
it was perfect. Undertaker done him in.
And he looked good.
I think I wrote it down. It was 2 minutes 45 seconds.
He looked good, didn't he, Undertaker? And he was doing moves that I didn't see him do against Roman Reigns. And it was quick in and out, and I love that. And apparently he was meant to come back as a mix between American Badass and Dead Man, like a cross between the two. But apparently Kid Rock said something quite political at the Hall of Fame, which didn't go down well, so they told him he couldn't perform. Yeah. So Kid Rock spat his dummy out and wouldn't do the show at all, which is why he wasn't there when all the Hall of Fame people came out. So then they just reverted back to the Dead Man gimmick.
Yeah, I didn't notice that on the night, but he wasn't there.
No, so apparently spat his dummy out.
Oh well. I mean, I didn't really lose anything. I've thought about it. So they had his hat in the ring and stuff before, and then lightning hit it, and then he came out. So kind of to say that my retirement's
off.
I've thought about it, and I don't hate it as much as I did on the night.
Yeah.
As long as they keep Tilly's retirement match, these 3 minute
I hope that they have a proper retirement match between him and John Cena, and I hope that's where this is going.
Well, I think it starts off the Cena crisis of confidence. So he's wrestling Triple H in Jeddah.
Ooh, do you think this Bella split? Like, I've split with my girlfriend, and I've lost to Cena, and I've lost to everything. I bet you it's to work this split
I think he gets beat up Triple H in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
He goes into a crisis of confidence about his career that lasts a year. He puts it on the line against Undertaker.
Yeah.
And wins.
Right.
That is the story. That's perfect to me. Because he looked terrified in the ring, and it was so perfect. Anyway, good times.
Undertaker.
It wasn't what we wanted, and we banged on about for weeks. But two things happened. Created a lot of intrigue. The intrigue's still there for me. Mm-hmm. Because of the way it went down, and we got Undertaker match, so Wayne shortchanged and got no match. Mm-hmm. So it was like,
and it was quite like hold your breath, wasn't it? It was exciting when the match was happening because there was so much going on in such a short space of time. Like you'd done every single Undertaker move that you wanted to see him do, didn't he?
Another awesome thing is I expected a 20-minute match.
So when it was 3 minutes,
I was like, that's been
lots of fumbling around. Wouldn't have been good.
No. But the way it was done, perfect. Can't wait to see what happens in the future. Good times.
I can hear it for a crying child.
Is it yours?
I don't know.
Maybe. This is the Crying Child podcast. Shall we pause?
Yeah.
And go and see if it's yours or not.
I was being an overly concerned dad there, but it just makes me look really good then.
It wasn't your child.
Nah. Stupid child interrupting us.
Let's move on. With that pain. So next is Daniel Bryan, Shane McMahon versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. If Owens and Zayn win, they are rehired on SmackDown.
Yeah.
They didn't. Love Bryan. I was a little bit... I don't know why they did the whole gets attacked before the match. I really like the fact that Zayn and Owens attacked them to get an advantage at the beginning. Yeah. But I didn't like the fact he was out of the match for quite a while, because he's like ready to go. Because the SmackDown after he wrestled AJ Styles. And he's got loads of
again, that
matches.
match got cut short as well. Do you not think they're just trying to like protect him for a little bit longer?
Like easing him in.
Yeah.
But he's wrestling on house shows.
Soon. He isn't doing it right now, though, is he?
That's true. So you think it's just the Gary's legs a bit?
Yeah, it's got to be on it.
And I've noticed he's changed. He does that drop kick in the corner where he lands on his neck. He holds the top rope now, so he doesn't land on his head. That's obviously like they've said, stop landing on your head. Stupid
head injuries. He done a really funny promo backstage at Raw the other day when they were doing the Superstar Shakeup, and he just like he was saying how much he wanted to stay on SmackDown, and he was really like Daniel Bryan of old, not like general manager Daniel Bryan sort of thing.
Started to fuse a big cast this week, which is quite interesting.
Yeah, it will be good. It's interesting to see Big Cass back.
If anyone can carry Big Cass to a good match, it's Daniel Bryan.
There's never really been a big problem with Big Cass wrestling wise. It was always his mate, wasn't it?
I was finding him boring.
That was a bit. I don't think there's much lifespan in Big Cass.
No. But Daniel Bryan will get a good match out of him. So more apathetic than I thought it would be. But I don't know whether I was just getting tired.
I think by this point we were getting a bit tired, because I started forgetting that matches were going to happen, and it had been on for that long. It's like, and then when another match would pop up that you forgot was going to happen, you're like, oh Christ, this is still happening.
Too many matches.
So
WrestleMania normally has like 10 matches and a couple of backstage like skits.
There was no backstage,
and there was like a band plays.
Yeah,
like they had, was it Flow Rider last year or something?
Yeah.
I think WrestleMania this year missed on that, like squashing 14 matches in. Nuts.
Yep, totally. But when you've got two brands,
that's it, and you don't have
enough time.
They're not going to have to do that next time. That's going to be better. Well, they might do. Who knows? Right. So but Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are now on Raw.
Just got rehired anyway.
So it was another no point.
Yep.
But yeah, nice to see Daniel Bryan back. I'm looking forward to what comes in the future. I love all the components of this match apart from Shane. So
we thought we were going to get some sort of heel turn in this, and we didn't get that either. And I think we talked about that for ages.
It was another example of us talking about it too much and then being disappointed.
Too excited and nothing happened.
But yeah, excited about Daniel Bryan. Nia Jax versus Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss got like a proper WrestleMania entrance. She was on some sort of spire that like came down.
I can't remember it.
Good match.
I can't remember it.
What's really like interesting about this one is they've done a good job of Nia being the face, but a big which is hard to do because they did the whole bullying stuff.
Yeah,
it was a good match. I don't mind Nia Jax as Raw champion. It's good.
It's good, but for some reason I've got a total. Can't remember it.
Just tiredness.
And I did watch it.
We're not. This is why I think if we go out next year, if we're out, that would stop us from getting tired.
I think I need to have a snooze through the day as well before I go.
We need to plan better.
Yeah.
But next year, definitely going out. And then you had AJ, Shinsuke. Another example of like.
I thought this match was going to be really, really good, and it wasn't. I was quite bored.
Do you know what? I thought this match could have been on a regular pay-per-view.
Yep.
And wouldn't have been that written home about anyway. It wasn't a bad match, but I think it was because us and the whole wrestling community.
Again, we put it on that pedestal, haven't we? And it didn't work out that way. And they've had that good match in New Japan before, and it should have been more like that. And
AJ won clean.
We weren't expecting that.
Which we weren't expecting. So that was good. And
Nakamura heel turn, and then...
That was the best part of it.
We weren't expecting that neither, but I think he needed it.
I think the future is brighter for him as a heel.
Did you see that thing he done when he done no speak English?
Yeah.
That was quite good.
The creepy way he moves in that.
Yeah.
Easily heel.
And he was heel in New Japan. He'd done some of his best work apparently in New Japan when he was heel.
Come out wearing a crown. And
I think it'll work for him.
Got a proper WrestleMania entrance with the drums and the band and that.
And
that was cool.
Alice Cooper's guitarist.
Nita Strauss. Who apparently is related to Strauss, the classical music person from olden days.
Cool.
Well, she might just make that up.
Probably.
So next we had the fucking atrocity that was Braun Strowman and Nicholas versus the Bar. Nicholas the girl? He looked like a girl.
I was convinced it was a girl.
Do you know who he is? He's one of the referee's
kids.
So let's, I could talk about this for an hour about how annoyed I was about this. So I said the worst thing could happen is it being the Big Show. I'd take the Big Show all day long again now. So I don't watch WrestleMania to see people fucking pick kids out. That's what, you'd expect that to happen at Butlins.
Kids that have been planted as well.
Yeah, that would happen at not WrestleMania.
It's insulting our intelligence as well. We know that the kid is someone
You're breaking loads of child protection laws if you just grab a kid.
We know that this kid is someone that's been planted there. We know what I mean? We're not stupid. It's insulting our intelligence. It's holding a tag team back, like the Revival or someone like that, who could have actually had a good match, who were just shoved into the stupid Battle Royal. You've got Braun looks pretty strong anyway. You put him in this stupid match that you could have found something else for him. If you didn't have 14 matches on the show, you can find something else for Braun to do that you put so much time into. The plan was to have so they've dropped the belts the night after because Nicholas has got school. Yeah.
The Bar look weak. The Bar are wrestling Bray and Matt Hardy in Saudi Arabia for the belts anyway. So what was the point in it all?
Braun who's tag team champions at the minute?
Braun already looks strong.
I don't understand what they've done.
It's vacant.
So they're fighting for each other for the championship anyway.
They've had a tournament for number one contenders to wrestle the Bar, who invoked their rematch clause, and Woken Matt Hardy and Bray have won it.
So surely Woken Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt are going to win that because they're on Raw?
Probably.
Stupid.
But yeah, so because we know that Bludgeon Brothers haven't gone to Raw.
So it's got to be.
So it's going to be them.
Wow.
Right, so it's been a big mess. For what?
For no reason. And also...
And it's been funny online. And people have been making jokes and they made a Titantron video for Nicholas and that. That was funny. But at the same time, it's
Also, it makes all that good work you've done with Braun Strowman over the year, right?
That's the most annoying thing for me.
And he should have been in a title match of some sort.
Even if he was in the opener with Seth, Finn, and The Miz.
He would have had to win that though, wouldn't he? He would have
no, because it's a multi-man match, so he doesn't have to win it.
He should have been in the championship match at the end of the day. Could have had
him in that. What else could we have had him in?
I'd go as far to say he should have been in the Universal Championship match and he should have won the title. And they should have given him his WrestleMania moment.
Could have been Rousey's partner.
Yep.
And obviously I really enjoyed Angle, but there's millions of things he could have done. That was a waste of time and embarrassing and annoying.
And I think that's what finished you off a bit for the night, wasn't it? Watching that.
It sucked. We were already tired. It sucked the energy out of her.
Yep. And you just wanted it to be over, didn't you? And then you knew you only had Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar to look forward to, and that was a bit
I kind of enjoyed Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns.
You liked it because blood happened?
No, that's not why. That's not why. Although I did enjoy that. I liked. It was just funny. The crowd didn't react the way WWE wanted them to react.
Yeah.
I will go back to the show that the crowd had been there for 8 hours. They were tired, so they just messed. There was
people getting kicked out and all sorts.
They just took the piss. Actually, the match itself was all right.
I was surprised at the end that Brock Lesnar, but apparently Roman Reigns was the only person that didn't know Roman Reigns was going to lose that match. The referee told him.
So had they told Roman before that he was going to win?
Nah.
So they just said, "We'll tell you when you're out there."
Done his entrance and everything, and then the referee told him, "You're going to lose this." Wow.
There was a lot of like, let's do the opposite of what everybody's been saying, which I kind of agree with.
I think he'll win it at the. I think he'll win it at the Greatest Royal Rumble.
So yeah, and that's another reason. Like they've put a lot of like
money.
They've put a lot into this. So I'm looking forward to watching it.
I think that's what's going to happen, and I think.
Have they changed their policy on blood now, or do you think that was just for that match?
Do you not think they've done it in a way to make it look like it was an oops?
But he bladed like.
Apparently threw the Universal belt at Vince McMahon backstage.
Who?
Brock.
But
I don't know if that's made up as well.
Well, half of this Brock shit's made up just to make him seem like this. Like this is how wrestling works. If kayfabe's dead and like people know it's predetermined, you just make people think that things happening in real life that aren't.
And
but yeah, as a spectacle and a piece of interest, and the fans turning on it, and it actually being a good match, but in a weird atmosphere, and then Roman Reigns blading, even though blading's been off the table for like years, it made it quite interesting to us. It was an interesting spectacle.
I think,
I was too tired.
Too tired. Have you watched it again?
WrestleMania. Not watching it again.
Nah,
it's done.
Too long. Too long. I haven't even finished watching NXT TakeOver yet.
Shall we go into that and leave out the bit you haven't watched?
Quick recap.
Right, so NXT TakeOver New Orleans. Adam Cole versus EC3 versus Killian Dane versus Lars Sullivan versus Ricochet versus Velveteen Dream. Ladder match, or ladder match as I've written in my book. Ladder match for the North.
That's French for ladder.
Ladder. NXT North American Championship. Amazing match, probably the best match of the whole weekend.
I love this.
Loads of too many spots. First 2 seconds of Ricochet's debut, doing a shooting star press off the ropes. Like
there's so much happening.
Craziness happening.
I can't
all
remember
over
like
the
everything
place.
that happened in it because it was so mental and there was lots of stuff happening. But
people going through ladders.
I was really happy that Adam Cole won.
It was the right decision in terms of the show NXT having him have a belt. I think he's been jobbing out a lot since he came in.
I had a feeling he was going to win it because of that.
So it's a way to like elevate him.
And I think Triple H likes him.
Yeah, I think they all do. I think I think they're going to have big plans for him when he goes on the main roster.
And I think he's really good at being the cocky Shawn Michaels heel.
Almost like Chris.
And what they're doing at the minute with this Undisputed Era is they're doing. Everyone wants to see Bullet Club on Raw and SmackDown. They want to see Finn Balor get with AJ Styles and Gallows and Anderson. They're doing it on NXT. They're putting their own faction together. That's exactly what they're doing.
And it's
new. It's fresh. They're doing the hand signals and stuff. They're doing the NWO promos and that.
And it's clever because it's a new faction. So everybody's going to like it. Your casual fan likes a faction. A kid likes a faction. So kids and casual fans are going to enjoy it. Your smart fans are not going to shit on it because it's all your favourite indie guys. It's good work.
And they're going to come on to Raw and it's going to be fresh and it's going to be not a copy of Japan, which is what Vince
doesn't
Triple
want.
H anyway.
In a way I can see that point. Like,
and it's one of the Bullet Club guys as well doing it. So
yeah. There's like, that little bit of like legitimacy on that side. So yeah, as we've said,
and what's to say they come on to Raw and SmackDown and they don't recruit people like Gallows and Anderson and people like that?
Moving,
you know what I mean?
It can keep going as we've seen. So Shayna Baszler versus Ember Moon. Shayna Baszler beat her for the NXT Championship. It was a good match. It wasn't as good as that one at the last. Their match at the last Takeover was better.
Right.
If you're gonna watch a match between the two of them, watch that one.
I watched loads of women's wrestling that weekend, so I didn't watch it. I was tired because I was watching it on the Saturday, right? And I was a bit what day? Well, I don't even know what day. It was the Monday, and I was still tired, and I couldn't be bothered with it. I didn't watch it.
So,
and I've decided I don't like Ember Moon. So
she's annoying. She's a good wrestler, but she's annoying. I'm with you on that one. So yeah, I would watch that other match, not this one.
Right.
Doesn't matter now though, because Ember Moon's gone out to SmackDown.
So
Shayna Baszler's going to be like your bully kind of champion.
Yep.
Which is cool. Yeah.
Works for me.
I like her. Next was the Undisputed Era. Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly versus Authors of Pain versus Pete Dunne and Roderick Strong for the NXT Tag Team Championship and the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, like a
double header.
Take it all type of thing. So it was a good match. They took Adam Cole out early with Authors of Pain double chokeslam on the table, which is a good idea. So you thought, Christ, how's Kyle O'Reilly going to get through this? He put in a great performance in the match. I thought he looked great. He always catches my eye when we watch.
He's got this psycho thing going on, and he's a really good kicky person. Yeah,
but I think he might have a singles run at some point as well. Anyway, so really clever the way that they did it. Roderick Strong turned heel. That was the. And
it makes him instantly interesting, which is what he's needed as
well.
Cool,
interesting. They've since passed the belt on to him. Bobby Fish still comes out on his crutches to make the faction look bigger.
You notice with NXT how we made these sort of predictions, like somebody would do something like this because they needed a new member and stuff like that, and like that happened. You know what I mean? And we thought NXT TakeOver was good.
But you know what was clever about it? So they did the thing with Roddy earlier on in the last year, where he was like, will he, won't he join the Undisputed Era, and he didn't. So you weren't expecting it because it was like
in the past they'd already done it.
So it was like the way that they booked it was so clever because I wasn't expecting it.
Nah.
So you've now got
and if anyone, you would have thought Dunn would have turned on him.
Yeah, because he was the heel
He's
previously.
The heel, then.
So you've now got Authors of Pain have moved up. They didn't take the pin, so they didn't look.
And they've done exactly what I said they would do. Paul Ellerin's turned.
I like the way that, quickly we'll talk about that, I like the way that they did it. So they just stopped them on the ramp.
We can speak English now.
They just stopped them on the ramp and walked away.
Yeah.
Do you think there's mileage in Paul Ellerin now becoming the manager of another team to like...
I don't know. I never thought
He's come out on Twitter and said, no, I'm happy with the schedule, I would do it.
What, the touring? Mm-hmm. See, I thought that's why he wouldn't have managed them.
I think he could, with the whole like old school vibe, he could join up with a revival.
So is he happy with the main roster tour schedule?
Yeah, he's come out and said it.
See, I thought that would have been why he wouldn't want to do it, and I thought that's why they might have
think. But apparently it was a decision by
the
company and not him. Oh. So yeah, but that was too much Paul Ellering chat. We did talk about Paul Ellering quite a lot. So
Paul Ellering's for another day.
So yeah, so they've gone up, didn't look weak because they didn't take the pin. Dunn was double crossed. So the main event of the UK Championship tournament is the Undisputed Era versus British Strong Style, booked.
Is it?
Yeah, they've announced it.
Somebody else is wrestling good.
So that like quite a lot of them, like Alistair Black's on it and stuff. So like that rounds that story out by having the British Strong Style Undisputed Era match. It's NXT booking. It's all
good now.
Clever. Links in. Next you had Alistair Black versus Andrade. Good match again. Alistair Black won. NXT champion is what you've wanted for a while. I was underwhelmed personally by the match.
Nah, I enjoyed it.
You enjoyed it. I don't know whether I just watched so much wrestling that weekend.
Yeah, that can happen. But I watched this the other night, and I'd had a bit of a break, and it's the only match I watched that night. And I just love watching Alistair Black in the ring. I think he's magic.
So he's now got the belt. He's been announced for the WWE tour, so obviously getting him used to the tour vibe. And I think he'll be up quicker than you think.
Yeah, he'll probably lose the belt. I'd quite like to see Undisputed Era have that one as well, somewhere along the line. Can you imagine if they've just got all the belts?
But Cole would have... yeah, they could do it.
Can you imagine if they had all the belts?
Roddy never got his World Championship run, and he could say, this is the way I'm going to get it. I think you could have Roddy as the World Champion, Adam Cole as the North American Champion, but Adam Cole would still be the leader.
I think what you could do is, do you remember when Shawn Michaels had the European title and he just sort of like passed it to Triple H, and then Adam Cole could do something like that and then be world champion as well. I think there's like at some point it would just be like magic to see them guys with every single belt.
Could happen.
It would be like really good.
And the thing is, with numbers, anything could happen.
Yep.
And you can just, when you've got a team with 4 people in, you can justify any win because it's all shenanigans.
Meddling.
Love it.
And Alistair Black has got the best finisher in NXT for me at the minute.
It's just a kick.
I know, but it's amazing. It's an amazing kick.
He's got new trunks, long pants. How do you feel about that?
I didn't wear them at NXT.
He's worn them on a few house shows.
He's a cool dude. He can wear what he wants.
Yeah.
And I like his killer tat.
Cena's gone now on Smackdown. We predicted there as well.
Yeah. Good.
Awesome talent.
Smackdown's got a kind of juicy roster.
The
now.
best example of NXT booking someone to be a star.
I hope they don't change him like they've done with Bobby Roode and stuff.
They've
like
already done his like promo, talking to the fans. She started off.
Seen any of this?
She started off. It was their usual stick.
Fine.
Fine.
Cool.
You had a suit on. Fine.
Nice.
So then you had Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, unsanctioned match. A lot of people saying this was the best match of WrestleMania weekend. I really enjoyed it. I don't think it's quite. I think people have overblown it a little bit. I don't think it's a 5-star classic. Like Meltzer gave 2 5-stars out on this show. I'm not sure about that.
Who cares about Meltzer?
Nah, nobody. But yeah, it was a great match. The reason I know it's great is because it was 37 minutes long, and I only felt like it was 10 minutes.
I haven't had time to watch it, so I don't want to go too much into it.
Ciampa looked like an absolute Viking king.
You know what I've started doing though with stuff like this, and I really enjoyed doing it the other night. I had spare time, so I watched one match, and then I watched another match.
You don't get burnt out.
And I don't get burnt out, and I felt a little bit after WrestleMania that I was burnt out, and I tried to watch. So I watched like the first half of NXT TakeOver, and then I stopped it, and I was like, I've had enough.
That's why I want to get back to like, I'll watch NXT, I'll download a Progress show, watch that. That's it.
And that's the thing. I want to start watching Progress. And
but
stuff
I feel like
that,
I have to watch. But I really want to watch this Greatest Royal Rumble, so I'm going to watch that.
I'm going to watch that now.
So
I'm going to have some beers with that.
There's three Progress shows. 2 Progress shows I want to download, and the Matt Riddle's Bloodsport I want to download. So I've still got WrestleMania a weekend to watch, but it's like all the indie stuff. Joey Janela's Spring Break 2. That's 4. I don't know when I'm going to get to them all.
You're not. It's going to be a while. I want to breeze over that one though because I haven't watched it.
So it's really good.
Move on.
One thing I'll say is Ciampa's got the Dolph Ziggler entrance, no music. Perfect.
Has he got no music at all?
No music. So the boos are like
not really loud.
Cavernous.
That's Mark's beeper.
It's awesome. Watch it.
I'm going to. Obs.
That's it.
I just haven't had time to watch it yet.
That's WrestleMania weekend.
Now let's never speak of it
shall
again.
We talk about quickly some of the things that happened after? Lashley's been called up.
Wait, can I do my poem before we talk Shakeup because it's Shakeup related?
Yeah, cool. It's a nice. What's it called?
Segue. Wait there, I can't find it.
I'll just do a little song while you're doing it.
Oh, don't say it's gone.
He's lost his poem because he's keeping it digitally. If he wrote it down, he would.
It's called Shaky Wakey.
You found it?
Yeah.
Cool.
So I wrote this about the Superstar Shakeup. Shaky Wakey, things will change. At first it may all seem a bit strange. Shaky Wakey, who goes where? Have a guess, if you dare. Shaky Wakey, freshen things up, drinking from a different cup. Shaky Wakey, here we go. Raw or Smackdown, what's your show?
I liked it. Awesome.
Now you can talk about your Shakeup.
Shall we ignore my charity shop pickups and keep them for next time? Because there's some juicy ones here.
Ooh, let's just keep them all for next time. We might do double bubble
charity shop
pickups.
Cool. Let's find the bit that I need. Right. New Raw superstars. Jinder Mahal.
Don't care.
Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
Messy.
Why?
Because they got fired.
We're just going to do this quickly, I think.
Yeah.
Dolph Ziggler.
Yep. Happy with the Drew McIntyre as heel McIntyre.
A lot of people are comparing them to Shawn Michaels and Diesel.
Yeah.
They need a lot of work. I like the way that they just like brought it leaves NXT fresh. Drew didn't need. He's already main roster like the norm. So that was a surprise actually for me to see Drew. I thought his rehabilitation would have taken a bit longer.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. I think they needed to do something with Dolph because he was just getting jobbed. But I think, fresh start and all that.
We've said that 100 times about it.
Yeah.
Natalia.
Not bad.
It's a surprise. Baron Corbin, I'm excited for this one actually.
Apparently Vince is really high on Baron Corbin, even though he done a bit of a backstage
losing streak.
Maybe that's over now. I'd like to see him do well.
I think Corbin will eventually be Universal or World Champion.
Hopefully.
Might take a little bit of time, but
I'm actually opens a lot of doors though because he can feud with can you imagine Finn Balor versus Corbin and stuff like that? It'd be cool.
I thought his name really didn't come up in my mind before the shake-up, but when he had his promo I was like, yeah, I'll take that. Bobby Roode.
I thought it was a bit early to be moving him, to be honest. But they have, so let's see what... He needs a heel turn. He needs a heel turn wherever he goes. He needs a heel turn.
One that I'm excited about is Chad Gable.
Yes, this will be funny. This will be good when Jason Jordan
so you'll
comes
get
back
that match.
so they can have that sort of interaction with each other.
You'll get that match, hopefully. He's already said, I've wrestled on SmackDown, I've wrestled AJ Styles, I've wrestled this guy. I took them to the limit. So they're obviously hopefully going to showcase his significant talents. So I'm excited about that. Riot Squad, don't like them anyway. Mojo Rawley, don't care. Really don't care. Zack Ryder, really don't care. Breezango, I'm excited about.
The one as well.
Yeah, they beat the bar. So they're obviously... hopefully they're going to start whole new fashion files on Raw.
Well, I hope, actually, what I hope is they're not going to do... I hope they do bits and bobs like that, but I hope they make them wrestle and win more.
I was disappointed they didn't get WrestleMania fashion files.
Yeah, didn't get any fun. We got no fun at WrestleMania.
You got a Snickers advert with them on.
No fun at WrestleMania.
No fun. You need fun at WrestleMania.
Of course you do.
Anyway, so yeah, I'm excited about Breezango. The Ascension, don't care. Mike Kanellis. I like Mike Kanellis, but
I hope they do something with him.
But I see him being a jobber.
I hope they do something with him.
On the SmackDown side, you've got The Miz. Obviously exciting for the Daniel Bryan.
That was always going to happen, wasn't
it? It's going to be awesome. He was saying, because obviously Raw goes out before SmackDown, they've traded all of these people just for me, because obviously that was announced on Raw. That was cool.
Thing is, though, when you saw the list of Raw people, I was left thinking, Jesus, there's going to be like no one left.
But it actually worked out alright.
Yeah.
Samoa Joe, that's exciting.
Yep.
I'm excited about Joe wherever he is.
Joe will finish his stuff with Roman Reigns first, and then hopefully we'll see Joe versus Styles on the WWE platform, which will be mint.
And they've done a millions. Because they've done all the I actually didn't really think about that. So they did great matches with TNA. They haven't had a chance. Asuka, surprised I was.
Yeah.
Good. Jeff Hardy, good idea.
Yeah,
US belts over.
Split them.
The Hardys aren't messy at the minute. You don't have to say sometimes I'll be Brother Nero, sometimes I won't. The Bar, it's exciting. I think they need a new story.
Yeah, they need people.
Exhausted all of their... I think the Bludgeon Brothers and the Bar will have some great matches. CN, as we always talk about CN till the cows come home. It's going to be cool. Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose after Paige is gone. So Paige is now the GM. Will they be shown like some preferential treatment?
Do you think she'll be like a Healy general manager, or do you think she'll be...
I'm not sure. But once again, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, I haven't actually done enough with them so far for me to care.
I don't care either.
Sanity.
Killian Dane's going up, I've seen.
What?
Killian Dane's going
All three of them?
That's who Alistair Black's fighting in Newcastle.
That's
Alexander Wolf.
That's exciting.
That is exciting.
Just 'cause
another reason that I would like to go, but I'm not going to get to go.
So I'm quite excited to see how it goes. I hope Eric Young gets some cool singles matches that round off his career on the WWE platform. We've talked about that before.
Yep.
Other than that, is it going to be a soft Sanity, or are they going to go in straight away?
I hope,
because by the end on NXT it was like a soft version of the way they started out.
Card I put on Twitter?
Chaos is in Japan.
We're in Japan.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Sin Cara, don't care.
Is he still a thing?
Sin Cara 2.
I don't understand. Was he not already on SmackDown?
No, he was on Raw. That's how little.
Was he?
Yeah. You've got Gallows and Anderson. They haven't done it for the AJ thing, have they?
What? No, why have they done that though? When they just put them with Finn, they're going to end up jobbing there as well.
They're going to job. Big Cass, we've talked about. Started a thing with Daniel Bryan. That's like a big thing for him. R-Truth, he turned up.
He was lost, wasn't he?
He was lost. So I think they're just going to do that.
Would be lost backstage.
It's almost as if our Breezango's left. They do the funnies. We need someone to do the funnies. Hang on. I'm not finished.
Who's left?
I've lost my page. So, night after WrestleMania, Bobby Lashley was called up.
Yep.
It was announced.
We're going to go with Brock Lesnar losing the Universal title, then Bobby Lashley going into a program with Brock Lesnar.
Do you know what is disappointing for Lashley? He's turned up. He said, I want to wrestle. I want to win belts. He's wrestled in a multi-man match. He's not done anything interesting so far.
No.
I want Bobby Lashley to do something interesting. The guy from TNA is much more interesting than the guy who left beforehand. I'm just looking for... But potentially could be good.
He's another one who works well as a heel as well, isn't he?
He does, yeah. They got Iconic Duo turned up on Smackdown.
Good move.
Could make things interesting.
Only Iconic now, though.
Oh, yes, some legal battle or something. Much more interesting than Sonya Deville, and because obviously on NXT they put work
Lots
into
of
them.
women double acts coming up. It makes us think there might be a tag belts coming.
Yeah, I think eventually that there's going to be the way, but it's a lot of belts now. Am I missing anyone? Have we done it all?
The night after WrestleMania, you only got
Lashley,
Iconics on Raw or SmackDown,
and then Lashley on Raw.
Sure.
So we've done it.
We've made it through WrestleMania weekend, and we're still.
So obviously, I'm going to watch all of the indie shows from WrestleMania weekend, but I'll just every now and then I'll talk about one of them. And it was cool.
I don't think I'm going to get time to watch any of them.
Yeah, well.
Bumps to that. Have we got anyone that you would like to put in the Ely Hall of Fame? Because I've got the perfect candidate.
Yeah, and I realised on the last 26 we didn't do an Ely.
No.
I was disappointed. Who's your perfect candidate?
It's got to be, what's his face? Little girl boy.
Oh, Nicholas.
Nicholas. Girl boy shit pants.
I'm not even putting the whole Rick Braun Strowman. He was an annoying kid as well.
Annoying
little
girl boy.
head. Yeah, Nicholas.
Rubbish pants on.
Piss you, kid.
Right in there.
Do you think he's going to get like loads of abuse at school and that by the kids?
We can only hope.
He wore his WrestleMania t-shirt at school on the first day back.
Did he?
Stop showing off, you little shit.
People probably already hate him anyway for being a stupid haircut boy.
Nicholas.
Right, are we going to wrap it up?
Yeah. Thanks for listening.
Bye-bye.
Busy times.